from America?
We're Americans visiting Timor-Leste.
Yeah.
It was his idea. I'd never heard of Timor until he asked me 3 weeks ago to come.
Yeah. And I'm slowly going to every UN country, but on top of that, I had a lot of interest in Timor-Leste just being kind of obscure and off the map, and I've really enjoyed it.
I'll say it's surprisingly, I didn't know what to expect, and I've been very shocked by the people and the country, and this ride was ridiculous. It was very interesting and very unpredictable. I had no idea what I was walking into, but they've made it an amazing experience.
And how about you, sir?
Yeah, I've had a really good time. I did a similar tour of Jeeps in Bali, but the difference was there was a line of about 300 tourists, and all the locals seemed a bit tired of people in their way, where we are the only foreigners we've seen on this trip. And even just walking around the city, I've seen like 6. So it's cool to be one of the few people in a place and have an opportunity to smile and say hi to people that may not often interact with foreigners.
But to talk about the ride, so we started in Dili. We headed up, and at first I thought it was going to be a boring ride because we were just following the road. And then we started going off-road, and I was like, oh, this is very dangerous almost. And we had a slight accident, just a slip. Got up, bike was fine, kept moving, and then we hit the river. And the river was when the trip got exciting, and it was the best part. Other than the part when they assured me there's no crocodiles, and then it was like, from there on, it was an amazing trip. We, when the bikes broke, they fixed it in an hour maybe. We had the locals help us. We had to carry the bikes a little bit. I would say it's the most raw experience you could get. And you're out basically in nowhere, but you still have cell phone signal. Everyone's willing to help, and everyone, I don't know what else to say.
You got this good-looking guy taking care of you.
Yeah, this guy, he'll hit on your girlfriend though, so you got to watch out a little bit.
Yeah, good.
I would start with the dangerous part. It is a little sketchy, but we really started slow, and as they got comfortable with us and we got comfortable with the bikes, it accelerated, and I don't think you felt overly dangerous, and when he got comfortable, he got really good.
Yeah, if you're an Aussie on holiday who's never been on a bike in your life, just like in Thailand or the Philippines, you probably shouldn't drive, but they got a scooter, so if you don't drive manual, you'll be fine on that, and if you drive manual, you should be okay.
And we learned why they call it on the beat, because you can beat the shit out of it, and it's just going to keep going. I don't ride. I don't like motorbikes, and I've probably ridden motorbikes a handful of times, and half of them were because the girls I were with were too drunk to get home. So I was the best option. And I will say, after this, I'm fully comfortable riding a motorbike completely.
Yeah, I feel a lot more comfortable off-road. I've never been off-road before on a bike, and it's been really fun.
The people are very nice, very kind. In Dili, in the city, almost everyone speaks very fluent English. So you won't have problems communicating with anyone. Everyone seems helpful. Everyone we talk to will tell you anything you want to know. And they love their country. So you will get a history lesson about Timor, and it's a ridiculous history, a very negative history, you could say, but very positive people at the same time. So it's an opposite.
One thing I'll add to that is in a lot of countries, if people are too nice to you, it makes sense and is logical to use discretion because you may be being asked for tips or get gouged as a tourist or scammed. And I was a bit hesitant of people here initially because that's what I thought. But here, there's a few times where I was hesitant to let people be nice to me, thinking that they would want something out of it. And no one has wanted anything out of it. And even like when I tried to buy food for somebody to return a favor, they're very apprehensive to take it. So it is nice how the intentions are pure. Where other places, obviously there are people of pure intentions, but because there's so much tourism, people have kind of the expectation from foreigners that they can take advantage of it, and it's hard to tell who's who. But here, we haven't experienced any of that. Yeah, I mean, the scheduling here was very easy, so that was yeah, I can't say much more, but it was easy. In terms of Timor, it's a small city, pretty easy to get around, taxis are cheap. Only thing I'd recommend is make sure where you're staying has access to Starlink if you want to work online, or have them send you a speed test. But beyond that, it's been awesome.
The only thing I'd add is the roads can sometimes be confusing because there's a lot of one-ways
into
one-ways, and it's so you kind of have to slow down and pay attention to what the locals are doing. But there's plenty of people moving, and it is very safe driving. It's not like you're in Bangkok or even Bali or
Delhi, Dhaka.
Yeah. So everyone's driving responsibly. It's a different experience. And then as far as booking, I'll add, it was easy. You're talking to the people you're talking with. They're really good at English. You don't have to worry about that. They're very friendly. Everyone likes Americans because not many Americans come. So I think that's a huge benefit also. And as far as riding, you follow, they lead. Sometimes they'll fall behind. You get good cameras. I'm sure this video is gonna come out amazing because there's so many pictures taken and so many times where they kind of let us go off on our own or take the lead, and then it was just very smooth and natural feeling the entire time.
Come to Timor-Leste. Don't just stay in Bali.
It's great. It's an expensive flight, maybe a little bit more pricey than some countries in Southeast Asia, but you're honestly not going to spend that much money, and the experience you're going to have is going to be totally different from what 99% of the world has ever experienced.
My Timor-Leste!